America has been trained to ask, what is the monthly payment, instead of, how long will this car last? That is how buyers end up trapped for 7 years in vehicles loaded with expensive technology and very little long-term certainty. This is the Auto Ally. I'm William, and today I found 7 older premium cars that are becoming priceless, and owners refuse to sell because replacing their comfort, engineering, and character with something new could cost a small fortune. Number 7. 2007 to 2009 Jaguar XJ8 4.2. Let's begin with the dangerous-looking choice that is far less reckless when you buy the correct one. The aluminum body XJ from this era delivers something a new $50,000 sedan barely attempts: real presence. Long hood, wood, and leather inside, a naturally aspirated 4.2-liter V8, rear-wheel drive, and a smooth 6-speed automatic. It feels special before you even start it. Owners repeatedly describe the 4.2 as the durable engine of this generation. That does not make the entire Jaguar bulletproof, but it challenges the assumption that every old XJ is a tow truck subscription. Good examples currently ask roughly $7,000 to $15,000, less than 2 years of the average new car payment. The trap is buying the cheapest one. Check whether the air suspension stays level overnight, listen to the compressor, inspect the cooling system, and test every electrical feature. I would avoid a neglected XJR and choose the naturally aspirated XJ8 or XJ8L with service records. This is not the lowest risk car here. It is the one that proves irreplaceable and expensive do not always mean the same thing. Number 6. 2005 to 2006 Mercedes-Benz E320 CDI. This car makes modern downsized engines look like they are trying too hard. Under the hood is the OM648, a 3.2-liter turbo diesel inline-6 connected to Mercedes' proven 5-speed automatic. It produces effortless torque, can return fuel economy in the 30s on the highway, and has owner-documented examples beyond 300,000 miles. Only 2 model years came to the United States, which helps explain why clean cars are becoming difficult to find. Current asking prices sit around $6,000 to $11,000. Put that against $777 every month, plus a large down payment and almost $10,000 in average interest over a new car loan. Suddenly, maintaining an old Mercedes sounds less insane than financing a disposable appliance until the next decade. But inspection matters. Remove the engine cover and look for black, tar-like buildup around the injectors, the famous Black Death caused by leaking injector seals. Verify transmission service, check the EGR system, motor mounts, and the Sensotronic brake system. A sorted CDI can be a magnificent long-distance keeper. A neglected one can spend your savings before you leave the parking lot. Number 5. 2007 to 2008 Acura TL Type S. Some cars disappear because nobody cared. The third generation TL is disappearing because the good ones are being kept, modified, or driven into the ground. The Type S combines a 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6, front-wheel drive, and either a 5-speed automatic or a rare 6-speed manual. It has physical controls, excellent seats, and styling that somehow looks cleaner now than it did when new. Forum owners report cars passing 200,000 miles, while one high-mileage Type S with roughly 235,000 still had a drivetrain that felt remarkably healthy. That is not a guarantee, but it is stronger evidence than a glossy warranty brochure. Clean cars generally ask $10,000 to $15,000, with original manuals commanding more. Look for proof of the timing belt and water pump service, especially once the car passes 105,000 miles or 7 years. Check engine mounts, dashboard cracks, transmission behavior, and the hands-free module, which can drain the battery, and walk away from a car wearing cheap modifications and 4 different tires. The Type S is becoming valuable because original examples are vanishing, not because every abused one deserves rescuing. Before we continue, like this video and subscribe if you value honest used car advice. And tell me in the comments where you're watching from. Number 4. 2014 to 2016 Mercedes-Benz E320 rear-wheel drive. This is the youngest car here, but it may represent the end of an era just as clearly as the oldest. The facelifted W212 E350 uses the naturally aspirated 3.5-liter M276 V6 with a 7-speed automatic. No 4-cylinder turbo pretending to be effortless, no dashboard made entirely from screens, and no subscription required to enjoy equipment already installed in the car. Owners consistently identify this powertrain as one of the safer, modern Mercedes choices. Today, good sedans typically sit between $11,000 and $17,000. A new premium sedan can demand 3 or 4 times that amount before financing, yet the W212 still gives you quiet highway manners, solid seats, actual buttons, and the feeling that the car was engineered for adults. I would favor rear-wheel drive for simplicity and demand a pre-purchase scan by a Mercedes specialist. Inspect the rear subframe for corrosion, listen for an abnormal cold start rattle, and check mounts, cooling components, and transmission service. This is not cheap transportation wearing a hood ornament. It is manageable luxury when someone else has already absorbed the brutal depreciation. If this kind of honest used car research can save you from one bad payment or one bad purchase, hit the like button and subscribe. Now we reach the 3 cars I believe are the hardest to replace with anything new. Number 3, 2006 to 2010 Lexus SC 430. The SC 430 spent years being mocked for not behaving like a sports car. Good, it was never trying to be one. It is a hand-finished Grand Tourer with a power-folding hardtop, rear-wheel drive, a 4.3-liter V8, and, in these later years, a 6-speed automatic. Drive it as a quiet luxury convertible, and the entire car suddenly makes sense. Owners frequently tell the same story. They sell their SC, try a newer Mercedes or Porsche, then return because nothing combines its build quality, comfort, and reliability in quite the same way. The market is noticing. Average cars can still be found in the mid-teens, but clean later examples commonly ask $14,000 to $22,000, and exceptional cars go higher. Before buying, operate the roof several times, inspect the seals and trunk for water, test the Mark Levinson audio, and check suspension bushings. The timing belt and water pump must have documented service. Skip giant wheels and crude suspension modifications. The best SC 430s have survived because mature owners treated them like keepers. Buy one of those and the title of this video stops sounding dramatic. Number 2, 2009 to 2011 BMW 328i rear-wheel drive. Here is the BMW the internet often forgets while arguing about turbo failures. The rear-wheel drive E9328i uses the naturally aspirated 3-liter N52 inline-6. It has hydraulic steering, balanced proportions, and either a 6-speed manual or conventional automatic. In other words, it delivers the classic BMW formula without the twin-turbo tax attached to the 335i. There are forum members documenting N52 cars beyond 200,000 miles, and one well-known example reached approximately 400,000. More important, owners make the exact argument behind this video. Occasional repairs on a paid-off car can cost far less than replacing it with years of monthly payments. Current sedans generally ask $6,000 to $10,000. Do not confuse durable with maintenance-free. Expect electric water pumps, cooling system plastics, and leaks from the valve cover, oil filter housing, or oil pan. I would buy rear-wheel drive, avoid unnecessary X-drive complexity, and choose records over suspiciously low mileage. Spending a few $1,000s correcting known age-related items may hurt once. A $777 payment hurts every month. Number 1, 2004 to 2006 Lexus LS 430. There was never much suspense here. The facelifted LS 430 is the car owners compare with newer flagships and then quietly decide to keep. Its 4.3-liter V8 6-speed automatic, Rear-wheel drive and obsessive sound insulation create a kind of effortless luxury that modern cars now try to simulate with active noise cancellation and complicated drive modes. This is not just internet nostalgia. Specialists are building businesses around restoring these exact years because enthusiasts want the best surviving examples. Regular cars average around $11,000, while clean, properly sorted examples commonly ask $9,000 to $16,000, and the exceptional ones can cost much more. That price strength tells us buyers have begun separating good cars from merely cheap old Lexus sedans. Choose a standard coil suspension car if you want the safest ownership equation. The ultra-luxury is magnificent, but its air suspension adds risk. Verify timing belt and water pump service, inspect control arm bushings, test the audio, navigation, soft close features, and every seat function. Do not buy one with warning lights simply because someone called it Toyota reliable. Neglect can defeat any badge. A comparable new flagship can approach or exceed $80,000 before interest. The LS 430 will use more fuel and occasionally need age-related repairs, but it has already survived the depreciation cliff and proven what its drivetrain can do. That is why owners say never sell it. They know the next car may be newer, faster, and filled with screens, but it may never feel this complete again.